Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and we're going to be starting off this live. And I really just wanted to talk about you can be the love that you want to be today. That you can start out the day very wise, very loving, very holistic, and that you can be the sense of healing in every presence, in every moment, and just be that healing presence for everyone. Just allow yourself to have patience towards everything, and knowing that things will arise, things will come up. But to allow us to be sound and grounded in our own way, we have to allow ourselves to find that firm balance, find that sense of recalibration within ourselves, but also the sense of repetition, the sense of dedication, the sense of really honing everything in and just being that power and just allowing everybody to be as they are and allowing them to be the progression of energy that they want to become. And if we allow ourselves to be the loving presence, to be the manifestation of life, but also to be the presence that allows everyone to be empowered in every way, we are knowing that the service that we are is working. And if we're of service in the way that we want to become, and we can execute that in every single moment, in every single decision, in every single act of service, and just showing that unconditional love towards everything. And even in the midst of healing, we realize that we're transforming, we're transmuting, we're letting go of certain energies. But we are the energy, we are the healing energy, we are the energy of our consciousness. And we're allowing ourselves to say that we can be the love, that we can start off the day fresh, that we can start the day anew, and that we don't have to carry on the baggage of yesterday, because we're allowing ourselves to be in the moment, not the reminiscence of the moment. And when we allow ourselves to do that, we allow ourselves to be the purification that we are seeking. So just be the love and just know that you can get on top of your thoughts. Knowing that you can get on top of your emotions, that you can get on top of the stresses of the day, but choosing to be that love is choosing to be the healing energy. It's choosing to be the transformation. It's choosing to be the service to others that you want to become. Rather it's to your children's, your wife, your mission, your life, your goals, your ambitions. It doesn't matter what it is, but just be the support system and just be supported and just allow yourself to be the faith. And knowing that you can always find this differential and find the difference within everything, and then you have the ability to deflect and you have the ability to erase what went on through the other days or the week or the years, and you're able to live here fully in the now, the power of the now. And I know what I was talking about yesterday was living presently, but this is just kind of making the decision that we can just ask ourselves, do I want to be heaven? Do I want to be bliss? Do I want to be ecstasy? Do I want to be the love that I am seeking? And do I want to be the progression of the seeking? So we're just allowing ourselves to really understand who we really are. And if we choose to be the love, then there's no condition about it. And we have complete acceptance over every type of configuration, situation, and people. We see people as God. We see people as an extension of source energy. And I think it's very beautiful when we have this in our tool belt. And I was just thinking about this because I was doing emotional healing and some TikToks, and it really inspired me to do this live. And I want to answer your question. There's a guy I like, and he said he wants to be friends with me. He never texts me first or asks me should I talk to him about this or just walk away? If it gives you validation to talk about it, if it makes you feel like it will clear the air and it'll allow you to really get to the heart of the matter and make you feel like you need to voice your truth, then I would do that. Or if it doesn't feel in resonance, then I would walk away. But if you feel like you need to clear the air or why, or you feel like you're supposed to be together but maybe he's resistance towards it, then I would do that. Because then that's giving you a level of validation and you're making sense of the situation. So that's a question that I wanted to answer. But it's the question that drives us. It's the mysteriousness of life that drives us. It's not about the answer. It's not about the outcome or the destination, but it's just the ride that we're on, like the roller coaster, like the zip lining. So it's kind of interesting when we're able to not feel like we have to have everything figured out, because then that's control, right? And then we don't have to have control towards that. And then it's kind of open and it's vibrant and it's there and it's loving, because we don't have to figure everything out. Because you're making the decision to be like, okay, I want to be the love that I'm seeking. I want to be the drive. I want to be the force that's behind me. And I want to be able to have liberation and feel the continuity and feel consecrated in everything that I do. Because then it's going to reinforce and bring back into balance what I want to become. Because then there's unity, and then there's acceptance and unconditionality, and there's a different personality. There's a different person that's driving the vehicle, which is really your higher self. And you don't feel like you are on the training wheels anymore. You're finally feeling the essence of first riding the bike. So like when we were children, we would ride the bike, and then once we got off of the training wheels, the liberation and the freedom and the ecstasy of that moment was so precise and pristine that we felt into that and was like, wow, it feels freeing because we finally learned how to do it. And we tapped into the essence of the joy, of the resonance, of the truth of that moment, because it was beautiful and pure. And then you finally accomplished that thing, and you finally felt the assurance that I learned how to ride the bike. Well, our inner child every single day makes us appreciate the simplicity of every moment. They make us appreciate the simplicity, but also seeing the complexities within the simplicities. And then there's this beautiful serendipity that we see in our synchronicities. And it's interesting to see that every moment to moment, we're seeing everything being confirmed back to us and being reflected back to us. That every time that we choose to be the love that we are, we're choosing to be the inner child and really embracing the divine feminine within ourselves. So as we embrace the divine feminine, we're more open to creation, because everything stems from the divine feminine. It all is created from that femininity, because it brings fertility and allows people to be incarnated here and to bring awareness, so that there are vessels, so that there are ways to progress and know themselves. And then we're able to blend that in with ways of being authoritative, with ways of being truthful, with ways of loving, and finding that distinction and learning how to really be non-dual and be independent upon your own awareness. So one of the things that went through my consciousness was, if we choose to be the love, then we're choosing to be innocent. We're choosing and knowing that ignorance is bliss. Because when we were a child, we weren't focused on the economy collapsing or the news or what people thought about us, right? We weren't worried about that. We might have been affected by it if someone says something to us, but we weren't like so focused on it now. Like everybody is like, oh, I hate the Barbie movie. Oh, this person says that I don't eat green juice or I don't eat vegetables and that's not spiritual. Now everybody's kind of sensitive, but the vulnerability and sensitivity that we are embracing within ourselves is not lashing out or being reactatory, but we're being more proactive towards our vulnerability and our sensitivities, because we're being aware of everything, not just saying that, oh, I'm woke to this, but it's more of being aware. I don't really necessarily resonate with people saying that they're woke. I think being aware and being awake and being alive and being adaptive to your environment, that's what I resonate with. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about on this live was really knowing yourself, really just staying in your own lane, because staying in your own lane means you're going on your own path and your own development and really not being affected by the outside world, but you're allowing to progress your inner world so that your outer appearance and your outer world changes with you. And that's what I feel is most impactful within my journey. And the greatest advice that I've ever received was just staying in your lane, keep going, keep progressing, keep doing your own thing, keep trucking, even if it sounds really, really cliche or corny. Sometimes we need to be a little corny and simplistic and not so complex. There's a time for that in everything. So that was my opening for this live. I hope you guys are doing well, and I appreciate you guys coming on. And if you guys want to book private sessions, it's 1 hour for 120 and 2 hours for 220. And I'm also going to be doing live readings later, psychic readings and healings later around 10 or 11. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. But also, one of the things that I really wanted to dial in on this live was our childlike wonder allows us to not give in to ignorance. And when I say ignorance is bliss, it means that we're focusing on the things that bring us joy, happiness, and resonance, and develops a healthy sense of equilibrium, because we are not allowing ourselves to be just so outraged about something. Or when something doesn't go our way, then we just fall apart and we don't know how to pick ourselves back up. Or feeling like people are objects or sense perceptions, that they are not that, but we are all an illusion that's progressing on who we really want to become. And then we're able to be that love and seeing everybody as a lesson, as a form of energy, as light, as vibrancy. And then everybody's able to be their own love. So if we can be our own energy, and we can be our own consciousness, and we can be our own love and our genuine source of energy, then we are coming at it from a standpoint where we're not coming from it from a sense of justification or bias or emotion, but we're actually coming at it from a conscious point of view. That we actually have a point of view and we have a perspective, but being the love is just being who you are authentically. And people will enjoy that. That if people are like, oh, why do you share so much? Or why do you talk about this so much? Or why do you post stuff like that on your account? It's because you want the truth out there. You want to speak the word. You want to help people. You want to reach out and extend a hand to others so that you can be that genuine source of love. And that's why we all do this. And that's why we attend things like this, because we have to make sense of these things. We have to bring it to a grounded form, and we have to allow people to learn on their own, but also allow us to learn together. So it's just wanting to promote community, and it's wanting to really just help others. And, you know, because most people nowadays, they just want to do something that they think makes sense, and they want to just keep doing that and stay in the same routine and stay the same and never progress and grow. And if people have to act a certain way for us to be happy, then we're never going to really be happy. You know, I think it's a hard lesson for all of us to learn that not everybody's going to act the way that you want them to act, right? Not everybody's going to please you. Not everybody's going to be what you want them to be in that moment. So we have to accept everybody as they are, as everybody in their own divine skin, in their own resonance, in their own truth, and just respect that and reflect that. So we have to be comfortable in our own skin, and we have to find satisfaction and find pleasure in the self-love and the self-care that we have every day in meditation and awakening and healing and letting go and detaching and learning how to just be the love that we can become at all times. Because then we're being transparent, then we're extending a hand out, and then we are in our lives not being somebody that is not real, you know, because we escaped the night of the living dead and now we're finally getting a dose of reality. Does that make sense? So we're finally getting that real dose of reality, that truth serum, you know, that shedding of layers. And it was funny because I was giving a reading last night, and one of the things for the people I was delivering a reading to was sometimes we're kind of halfway there. So there's like the past self and the future self, kind of like straight down the middle. And then once we shed that layer and that skin off, then we are becoming all of that. We're becoming all that there is. We're becoming the absolute. And when you see that, and we have to do that because then we have to have a deliberateness, and we have to have polarity, and we have to really balance out the energies and develop our aura and our energetic signature. So sometimes we just need to just tear off the mask, shed some layers, come back to ourselves. And even if it takes you a couple weeks, that's fine. But we always come back to where we once were. And it's crazy how much something can change. Even when you have an appointment with somebody, or if you do a live sometimes. Like I do these lives and I say these things and I'm developing myself. I'm progressing myself. And I'm also, delivering something that I have no clue how it's going to come out. And I'm also learning as I'm delivering it. So it's all of my messages. I remember a psychic a long time ago told me that all my messages are about me, and I have to go back and listen to them sometimes to kind of figure out what I need to listen to. And sometimes I'll hear a message that I'll give like 2 years ago, and I needed to hear that message. So it's interesting how we progress and change and elevate the energy. So it's just kind of looking at ourselves with a healthy self-reflection, but not dwelling, because there's a difference between self-reflection, allowance, and accountability than it is dwelling within like something of the past, and then you go into that pattern and then you kind of get all frazzled, and that's where we keep doing it and expecting a different result, and then we don't get that result, right? So it's kind of funny to see our progression, and as we change, like we have different hairstyles, or we wore certain clothing that we don't used to wear when we awaken, or we listen to different music. It's funny because I stopped listening to rap for a long time, and then I got back into it, and it was like more in resonance with how I feel now, because I used to listen to it a bunch and then I went back to it. And it's just funny because we all shift and change and our personality grows, and we embrace that light even more so that there can be such an extension of our personality. So, and then we're able to really embrace ourselves, to have acceptance within ourselves, but also to have a loving embrace, which allows us to be true in what we want to do. So it's funny because there's these 3 like tall birds, and I don't know what they're called, but they're kind of like tall, and they're just kind of walking around, and they seem to always be walking around while I'm going live. And it's funny to see those synchronicities come up, and it's really beautiful because when you pick up on the signs and the confirmations and everything is divine, then you don't live your life in the way that you used to, and you see like the magic and the beauty and the appreciation. One of the things that I've been trying to do was just wake up in the morning and really be grateful, appreciative, having gratitude towards everything. And I notice when I do that, and even when there's a moment where I feel like something's going to change, I just reel it back in. I just kind of like whoop, and just bring everything back. And I bring everything back into sync, back into my consciousness, back to perspective. And I see if it's beneficial for me to get frazzled, or get into an attitude, or get into this state. And what that is doing is that you are choosing to be the love. The love is not choosing you, you are choosing it. You are choosing the power. You are choosing to empower your every moment. You're choosing to empower your life. And you're choosing to infuse spirit within your day and become the light of your spirit. And that's what's powerful about what we do with meditation and things of that nature. We're choosing to be the light of our spirit, endowed in the light of our spirit, and then being able to emit that energy. So I hope that made a lot of sense to you all. But we're going to do some healing energy. So we're going to be doing some emotional healing. So I hope everyone is doing well with this live. And if you're really, really enjoying it, also just let me know if you're coming into the feed. And also, if you guys want to book private sessions, it's 1 hour for 120, 2 hours for 220. And I'm doing psychic readings, healings, activations tonight, and the donations are $25. So if you're coming into the feed, we're going to do some healing energy. So you can receive this healing energy if you'd like to. If you'd like to be a part of this live feed, feel free to do so. And we're just going to do some healing energy to recalibrate our chakras, to offer up psychic protection, and to give us a greater clarity of connecting and bringing us back to our source of creation. We're going to activate the ears, we're going to activate the nose, and we're going to activate the throat chakra. So activate now. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Sandalphon, Raphael, Mother Mary, Saint Germain, Archangels of Love and Light, who's the one that cleanses the auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I Am, diving deep in the middle Mother Gaia Earth, and allow us to regain our ability to perceive and a greater connection to our inner child. Ignorance is bliss, and that there is bliss in our ignorance, and that we are able to really tap into our heart and reclaim and let go of the past traumas that we had as a child, and any limiting beliefs that seem like they don't have an apparent awareness of who you are now. Have healthy self-reflection, and then let go of dwelling on the limiting beliefs, and then just allow yourself to put everything in a ball of energy that is making you feel upset, frazzled, anxiety, depression, or having to please people. Put everything into a ball of energy and just send it back to the sun. Receive a heart activation from Archangel Michael, giving us the cloak of power and the sword of truth. And just allow us to be like the pyramid, just going more and more and more and more up the elevator of consciousness, to allow us to keep progressing, to allow us to be a genuine source of energy, to be the love that we are seeking, to be the knowledge, to be the grace to demonstrate in every situation, and being able to continue. And then we'll tap into the Kundalini energy. So feel the energy of quick release, but then rejuvenation. Have a chakra recalibration. Align with the gut, align with the heart, and then align with the mind and activate the causal chakra. And then we have a violet flame coming in very strongly. The bionic blue light from the ninth dimension. And also a light green ray of healing, going to the heart, going to the solar plexus, all through the chakras. But also, we are getting psychic protection from the fire dragon, breathing a flame around us, but also we're going to put the billion layer protection grid, and also just be able to have the energy of like burning sage, to have that protection within our wheelhouse. So every time that we walk everywhere, that we can be emitting that smoke of sage, as if every day is a celebration, as if every day is a birthday, and as if every day is a way to be sincere and pure. And allow yourself to be that divine feminine energy. Allow yourself to be the cosmic egg. And allow yourself to be fertility. To be unique, to be special, to contribute, and to grow in every facet. So we're also going to have the Source Dragon come in and help us tap into the vibrations of God, the sensations of God, and the codes and downloads, and the vibrations and the sounds of God. So we're tapping into a lot of different frequencies right now. Ashgar Command is helping us transverse worlds, to move up time and to slow down time, to have a magnetic force behind us, and to also be able to create worlds into existence. So Jesus and the Apostle Paul is helping us generate vortexes, portals and gateways into other galaxies, but also into different alternate realities and our parallel realities, and connecting to the monad, the I am presence, the 12 aspects of ourselves, brothers, sisters, / daughters, and cousins that are in different realms, different planes, and different universes. So opening up different gateways. And lastly, we're going to be downloading Metatron's cube within our causal chakra, giving us the knowledge of sacred geometry, giving us the knowledge of authority, creativity, and to be builders, to be grid workers, to be light workers, and to unite on this front to help others become enlightened. So everyone take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So, okay. Oh, hello, Jane. And okay, so we did the healing energy. I hope that you guys really enjoyed it. And also, I'll be going live tonight doing psychic readings, healings, activation codes, downloads. And also, thank you guys for joining this live and being a part of it. And I want to give a shout out to Kelly for paying it forward for a lot of people last night. And also, I'll be going live tonight doing the same thing. So I thank you guys so much, and God bless, and namaste. If you want to book private sessions as well, feel free to book a private session, text me. It's 1 hour for 120, 2 hours for 220, and things of that nature. So also the donations on the readings are $25. So thank you guys, God bless, namaste, and just be humble, just be gracious, just love, and just be yourselves always. That'll allow you to I'll go live around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern time zone, so we might be on different time zone. So I'll be going live around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern. You're welcome, and thank you for your time. You're the recipient and you watched, so thank you. So without further ado, this is White Wolf. God bless, namaste, and until next time.